This long and fun journey of pouring my acrylic pour paint in different layers on this 4-foot canvas was a journey on many levels. I decided I wanted to make sure to get as many colors on this canvas as possible, and I wanted to kind of graduate the color combinations. So I started off from the left to the right with the blue tones, moving all the way up to the pink tones so that there would be a graduation of these little stories of colors and mixtures as I put down my different layers. I'm using the paint directly from the bottles, and sometimes when I'm pouring the layers upon the layers, it drips, and that's totally fine. At other times it will just swipe as a line. Either way, my objective here is to get as many layers of colors as possible. And throughout the sides and the lines, I am mixing my colors, although I try to be more dominant with certain colors so that I'll have that graduation of theme of colors. I still am putting blues on the right side, the middle, the left side. In assisting that blend, I take my hair dryer and I put it on a low setting to just start to blend it back and forth and making sure that I give it a nice air assist. And now I want some specific tiny little air, so I take my compressor and I bring it out even further. I like the nozzle of my compressor because it gives really pretty little edges and mixes very specifically on this larger canvas. And I really am beginning to see some gorgeous combinations come out. Just stunning. And I decide that I take my little toothpick and round it through it so it has some nice little extra movement in between these mixes. It's always fun to play with those acrylic pour paints. And as you know, one of my favorite tools is that little simple toothpick. I add a very pale green to the interior on one side, and on the other, I'm going to do a very light periwinkle, just a hint to take away that contrast of the white. It was too stark with this whole 4-foot canvas, so I just add a little bit. The extra drag and swipe that I'm doing on both sides allows for a final movement to these mixtures. I just felt like it needed to come out of those lines, and so I just take my finger to the edge and quickly swipe it. This gives it a nice little feather extension and a little more dynamic into the void of the rest of the painting. And wow, these are seriously beautiful color combinations. Thanks to the air of the hairdryer and my compressor, along with a little mix that I did down the center with my toothpick, and then finally with my finger doing those gentle little swipes. I really love how these came together. They're beautiful combinations. They're almost like large feather cells and a delicate nature with also bold expressions all together at once. A long garland of mixtures of colors and textures demonstrating movement and just such pretty combinations. Thank you so much for coming along with me today as we experiment with layers of paint and lots of different ways to mix it. I am wishing you happy and wonderful acrylic pour painting.